Hey people. I'm glad to find you back and I'm glad that you guys are still enjoying the content. And today we're going to be talking about the new upcoming patch for Path of Exile Forbidden Sanctum. Now, you guys know I have had my problems with PoE, but today I want to have a uh, kind of a positive discussion, I guess. There are definitely some negatives to PoE currently, but I really like the new direction. I really like the new league mechanic, and I think it's going to be really, really fun. So we're going to be quickly reviewing what it's going to be, and then we're going to discuss the patch notes, the balance changes, and what I'm personally going to be playing. Now, the Forbidden Sanctum is a new mechanic, kind of akin to Lake of Kalandra, or if any of you guys played Hades, or maybe any other roguelikes, you'd know that it's a kind of a mini game within PoE where you get to choose what room you go into. You get to choose what kind of rewards and what kind of enemies you fight, and what kind of debuffs and buffs you're going to get. Buffs are called boons. Boons are effectively a new skill or a passive skill for you that is going to give you more power in some fun way. And we haven't seen too many of those yet. I'm really hopeful that they're actually going to be fun ways of changing your character, maybe making it a little bit more, um, making it more engaging, or um, just making it something that isn't just a blatant you get more damage or you get +1 projectile. I want to see something fun. I want to see something exciting, and I really hope that GGG delivers. Now, um, yesterday we got a huge patch note drop that I have looked over, and what comes to question for me is that why does GGG hate us so much that they just continuously nerf us into the ground? It is kind of beyond me that we're still getting nerfed. It's been 12 consecutive leagues where every single league starts with a nerf. We haven't really seen that too many buffs. There are some skills that did get some love, but most of the main skills have gotten seriously nerfed. I think Death Oath, if you're still going to be playing it, will be amazing to play. I have actually seen some good mechanics to Death Oath that might make it even stronger from the tree and from the jewels, but as it stands, you can definitely league start that if you want to. Now, my only problem with playing Dio right now is that um, the new minigame doesn't seem like it rewards all the builds. It seems to me that unless you're playing a very specific build, you're not going to have fun. You're not going to get the same rewards, and you're not probably going to be enjoying yourself. What I mean by this is that the minigame has a lot of mechanics, like bosses, for example, or not taking damage, or getting one shot by specific mechanics into specific bosses. As you can see, a lot of bosses have very difficult mechanics for some builds. In my opinion, what's going to happen is that you just won't be able to play most builds because they just won't be performing as well as other builds. For example, if you're playing something that doesn't really have much of a boss damage, like let's say Ice Shot, well, then you're gonna struggle and you're really gonna have fun. Now, what happened is we got nerfed pretty heavily. Most meta builds got seriously nerfed. And what I think is going to happen is we're going to have to play something that is very unfun, but something is meta, just because none of us want to miss out on the rewards. And obviously, rewards are massive. We have been previewed and showed that, for example, one of the boons, one of the perks that you can get from the doing this mini game is, for example, getting 16 Chaos Orbs if you can finish the whole level. Now, finishing the whole level means that you have to kill the final boss, you have to kill the mini bosses, and you have to proceed through the room without dying once. Now, most builds would not be able to do this, therefore, we're kind of forced to play the same build like everybody else. New League comes in, we're still playing the same shit because there's just nothing else to play. Let's be honest, The build diversity has been so bad lately that it isn't much of a choice anymore. I know it sounds weird, but let's see what people are playing. Uh, so we're seeing Lightning Strike. Oh, that's new. Righteous Fire. Still Righteous Fire because Fire Traps uses Righteous Fire. Cock Ice Spear. Cool, cool. TS. Well, now it's end of the league, so people can afford to play TS, but most of the time TS is going to be under 1% because it costs so much to build. TS usually, for TS to be decent, just to be decent, you have to have maybe a mirror of investment. Unless you play in CF, which is a little bit different, but it still requires quite a bit of investment. Spark, Freezing Pulse for the loop builds, which got nerfed and not really as viable anymore as they used to be. Creeping Frost again for the word loop enjoyers. And Ice Spear, Lightning Strike, Kinetic Blast, and that's pretty much it. Don't really have that many builds that are meta and that are fun. So what I assume is going to happen, since Lightning Strike got heavily nerfed, pretty much I would say it's not a good build anymore. Since Word Loop got heavily nerfed, I personally haven't played Word Loop myself, but from what people told me, it's not as good of a build anymore as it used to be. And you'll have to invest a lot more money into it for it to be viable. TS obviously not that viable. I'm never playing Cyclone Ice Spear again because it's one of the worst builds I've played in my life. Also requires a whole bunch of investment and doesn't really feel that good of a mapper. I would play DO, but once again, we have a bossing problem. We can't kill bosses unless we have Val Breach, and that's just too reliant on RNG for us to get it. So I probably wouldn't be able to play DO in the minigame itself. I can still map its DO, but being able to kill bosses that are maybe akin in HP to, let's say, Colossus or Cyrus, that's not really viable, I would say. Most of the time, what's going to happen is people are just going to be playing Seismic Trap. I think majority of people are going to league start as Seismic Trap. Jean version or version of somebody else that is also very known Seismic Trap enjoyer. And I think that's what's going to happen is just we're gonna all play the same boring ass build. No one really likes playing traps or mines. No one really enjoys it, but it feels like it's means to an end when it comes to mechanics like this. Trust me, I would really like and I would really enjoy to play something else. I have been starved. I have been destroyed. I want to play something that isn't DO. I want to play something that is fun and that can actually do the league mechanic. If a lot of you might remember from last league, what ended up happening is if you build your mirror of Calandra that is the most efficient and the most valuable mirror of Calandra, you'd have to hire a bosser because most of the good rewards, come from bosses. They don't come from map clearing or speed clearing, they literally just come from bosses, and obviously most builds just could not do it. Even if your build is decent and good and has a bunch of layers defenses and stuff like that, it doesn't actually matter because when it comes to PoE, um, the way they scale mechanics and difficulty is just by one-shotting you. They one-shot you and then they have the boss's HP be so high that it will take you you can kill Cyrus 5 times over and the boss in your minigame will still stay alive. That's kind of the main problem. I have been told that Spark is a good mechanic, is good for bosses, so I might play Spark or I might play Seismic Trap like everyone else. I'm not necessarily sure yet. I am dreading playing traps. I've done it before. I fucking hated it. I don't want to do it again. But it seems like there's just not that much of a choice. Let's be realistic. Kinetic Blast doesn't exist until later on. Forbidden Rites requires tons of gear as well. TS obviously tons of gear. Lightning Conduit got nerfed. Blade Vortex isn't really playable because it is just nerfed to the ground. Blade Vortex, Kinetic Blast, Venom Jar. Venom Jar again requires expensive gear, and maybe Explosive Arrow Ballistas is the best choice for us at this league. I played a couple of leagues ago. It was okay, I guess. but not something that I personally enjoy. I would definitely want to play something else. So yeah, not really that much choice. It's really surprising to me that we only get 1% of Captain Fever. I think the nerfs um, and the bosses in the game just kind of kill fast builds, and we don't really have that much of an option. Um, probably it's probably going to be skeletons, uh, traps, mines, and I don't know. I'm sure there's something else that people gonna play, but not that much of a choice. Kind of sage on that side. Now, when it comes to us, when it comes to the community, I think the league mechanic itself is a big win. It is actually something I have spoken about on my last video. This is something I want to see. I think that the minigame, the roguelike of PoE, is something that we needed to have in PoE. I think being self reliant, having your own kind of a minigame, your own roguelike where you don't have to depend on anyone else, is a step in the right direction. You are kind of testing limits of your builds. You're trying to find new ways of playing it. You're just having fun. The whole game becomes the kind of like a mini game. I think that is the way PoE should be. It should be fun. It should be fun. You should be able to mess around, do some dumb shit, and still have fun playing the game. I think the mechanic for Forbidden Sanctum is very fun. Being able to go level to level, fighting different bosses, different encounters, is really, really fun. I would love to play that, and I think this league might have the longest longevity of PoE leagues for a very long time. This strikes me as something that people are gonna play for over a month. As you guys could know, most of the leagues in PoE survive for maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, if you're lucky, and then the player base drops off. However, I see a lot of potential in this. If they pull it off properly, if it's not too difficult and it's not too, if the rewards aren't too nerfed, this might be the new way of playing the game. I fully expect this to be overshadowing mapping. We need something like this. Mapping have gotten stale. Mapping has a lot of problems, and people are kind of getting tired of mapping for the most part. So this could be a great alternative to juicing maps. This could be a great alternative to making currency, and this could be something that people just like to do. That is the most important part of the league mechanic to me. It's that people need to like the content. They don't need to have. There shouldn't be a balance where you have to want to do this because it makes you currency. I want people to like the mechanic and actually have fun playing it. And if PoE can usually can make it happen, I'll be very, very happy. This is what I wanted. I want us to just have fun, do whatever we want, and have that little mini game where we don't care about efficiency. We just kind of play our own game. Metagaming in games have become so rampant to a point where you're not really having fun unless you're min-maxing, unless you're making big exalts and mirrors an hour. It just the enjoyment of people for people falls off. At the same time, what we also have is casual players or players that don't have the time to play, 15 hours a day. Those people are being left out. PoE is becoming too much of a juicer game. It's too difficult for most people. Even for me, I can play the game 17, 18 hours a day, and I'm still burnt out of the game. It is way too much for me to do. There's way too much grinding. I want to go back to the golden age of PoE when you could play any build and you could just have fun, go in T16s, just do whatever the fuck you want. That is my ideal scenario for PoE, and that's what I want to see. And hopefully they're gonna stop nerfing us because it's getting kind of scary. We haven't had any new builds since Expedition League, I think. We haven't gotten any skills that people are really playing. Any new skills rather. The last skill that was introduced was in the Scourge League, I believe, when we got Captured Fever, and the exogenate mines, whatever it's called. Those are that has been it's been like more than a year since we got our last skill that people are actually using. How many skills have we lost? Just this league. We lost Word Loop, we lost Lightning Strike, we lost a whole bunch of other builds that were meta and now we're not really meta anymore, or not even playable anymore in some cases. So they need to stop. It's time to stop. GG, come on. It's been long enough. Let us have fun and let us just treat the game as a video game, not as a life. Um, this isn't life. We're not supposed to care about video games as much as we care about ourselves. Playing the game to get mediocre gear for 17 hours a day for 2 weeks straight isn't what most people expect to be fun. So let's hope it goes in a good direction. Let's hope we get more fun skills. And I have to say, the MTX of the game is getting fucking fabulous. I absolutely love the new MTX. They have done such great work designing the MTX. It actually makes me want to buy it. Like before, the MTX was kind of okay. It was kind of fun to look at, but the latest MTXs, this league and last league, was fucking awesome. The person who designs those MTXs needs a raise. That man or that woman is a god at making good MTX, let me tell you. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm still excited for the league. Hopefully I'll find a good build. Please let me know if there are any good builds to play that aren't absolutely unfun, like Traps of Mines or Summoner. I want to play something that's actually like hands-on and does damage. So let me know what I can play and let me know what you're playing in this league. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all very soon. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch when the league comes out, and I hope to see you there. Have a good one, guys.